In the soaps and syndiate bars, we will see about the preparation of the soaps and syndiate bars. In general, introduction, an amendment was carried out for the drugs and cosmetics, and in that amendments, that is Drug and Cosmetics Act, the soaps was not considered at that time, and it was deleted. But after the again one amendment was made, and it was made effective in 1983, and from that time the soaps are manufactured under the Cosmetics Act license. What are the exactly soaps? Soaps are combination of sodium or potassium salts of long fatty acid chains. When the triglycerides are reacted with the sodium hydroxides or potassium hydroxides, then that triglycerides will convert it into the soaps as well as the glycerol. Generally, this is called as alkaline hydrolysis of the esters, or this process is also called as the saponification process. When we are trying to react the triglycerides with KOH or the NOH, then we will obtain the soap as well as the glycerides. Now, in the same way, what are the syndiate bars? Generally, this syndiate means this is nothing but the synthetic type of material. When we are combining the detergents, and we are preparing the some material, that is called as the syndiate bars. Technically, it is refers to a binding of the various kind of detergents between the with the help of tensioactive agents. Then these detergents will evolve in the form of the syndiate bars. The syndiate soaps surfactants are derived from the oils, fats, as well as the petroleum products, and they are processed in the wide range of chemical process than the traditional saponification process. So these syndiate bars are little bit modified version of your soaps, and they are having the versatile utilization for the human being purpose. Generally, what kind of raw materials we are using for the preparation of your soaps as well as the syndiate bars? So first material is required, that is the fats and oils. The fat mixtures contains saturated and unsaturated material, that is long chain and short chain fatty acids. Generally, they are the saturated fatty acid with 12 to 18 carbon atoms are utilized. For examples like lauric acid, mystric and palmitic and stearic acid. So these are utilized as a, you can say, raw material. In USA as well as Europe, tallow type of material is utilized for the preparation of the syndiate bars as well as the soaps. Generally, another material like fish oils, palm oil, coconut oil can be also utilized for the preparation of the soaps along with the your fats and tallow. Another material is required, that is the alkalis. Most of time we are using the caustic soda as a raw material in the preparation of the soap. Then caustic potash is also utilized for making the soft soaps. Then potassium carbonate as well as soda ash is also utilized for the preparation of the your soap. Generally, this potassium carbonate and soda is saponify the fatty acids. Then other additives like antioxidants are required. Then whiteners are required. Perfumes are required. Generally, soaps becomes rancid, so that's why we have to avoid it by using the antioxidants like sodium silicate, sodium hyposulfite, sodium thiosulfite can be utilized as an antioxidant. Then titanium dioxide, zinc oxide, generally they are utilized to improve the whiteness of the soap. Then perfumes are there, that is also most important ingredient of the soap. Generally, the pH of soap is lies between 10, and the pH of sanded bar is lies near about the 5 to 6. Whatever the perfumes you are using, so that should be stable at this higher pH. So we have to choose the such kind of perfumes which are having the good stability as this pH ranges. Then manufacturing of the soaps. There are the 3 to 4 methods for the preparation of the soap. First process is called as the cold process. In the cold process, generally there is the mixing of the fat and strong alkali occurs, and then the temperature is maintained only at the room temperature, and then emulsification will take place. Then after that, saponification reaction is carried out on this mixture by using it into the frames of the several days at the warm temperature. So by this way, the saponification is carried out and soap is prepared. In this meanwhile, in the meanwhile saponification process, we can adjust the proportion, but in this process, there is no chance to adjust the proportion of fat and alkalis because this is cool process. Then semi-boiling process is there, that is name is called as. In the semi-boil process, it differs from the cold process, and here we are using the heating, or we are using the temperature near about 70 to 90 degrees centigrade. Generally, steam heated coils are utilized for the maintaining the required temperature. Here we have to mix the oil and fats, and we have to carry out the saponification process. And then after that, we can add required quantity of soda for the saponification. So in this process, there is a chance to adjust the required quantity of soda while saponification. And this process, there is also chance that we can reuse your waste material. This is the chart diagram of the semi-boil process. So we can take your material in the tank, and then we can go for the increasing the temperature for the saponification process, and at the last we have to add your perfumes and remaining material. Then another procedure is called as the fully boiled process. In this boil process, large cylinders like kettles can be utilized. Generally, cone-shaped materials, cone-shaped cylinders are utilized for the preparation of the soaps. Generally, these kettles or these jars are already provided with the various types of facilities like pipes, outlets, walls. In this procedure, saponification will takes place in the very big jar, and then we have to drain out your material. Then after that, we can wash that jars. See, this is the chart diagram. Here, first of all, you have to mix the material, and then after that, temperature will be increased, and then after that, we can carry out this we can carry out saponification process, and then after that material we can remove from that tank for the solidification. Then continuous saponification process is also there. Generally, this process is utilized inside the very large scale production. So here fats and oils are previously converted into the fatty acids and the glycerin with the high pressure in the continuous and flat splitting process, and then they are utilized for the preparation of the soaps. Then types of the soaps. There are the different types of soaps are there, like transparent soaps, bathing bar soaps, then castile soaps are there, then super fatted soaps are there, carbonic and carbonated soaps are there. Then syndet bars. Generally, this is near to same word or the near to same material as your soaps. They are often referred as the syndet bars or the soap free material. When we are preparing the syndet bars with the less reactive material, they are called as the syndet bars. Generally, they are synthetic type of material, and they are usually middler type of surfactants used, or the moderate concentration of soap or moderate concentration of surfactants are utilized. like sodium caustic acetonate is used, which is derived from the coconut material, as well as we can use the sodium palmitate as a surface acting agent. So by using this such kind of moderate type of surfactant, we are preparing the soaps. They are called as the synthetic bars. Generally, we are utilizing the less alkaline material, salt. That's why the pH of the material will be the very less. Dove is the very first synthetic bar, which is introduced in the 1955. This Dove soap is prepared by the using the sodium lauryl isothiocyanate, and it contains the sodium toluene and palmitate. Generally, preparation of the synthetic bars, there are various types of material we can use, like sodium cocoyl isoethionate, which is mostly utilized material as a surface acting agent. Then sulfosuccinate is there. Then alpha olefin sulfonates, alkyl glyceryl ether sulfonate. Then sodium cocoyl monoglyceryl sulfate is there. Then betaines are there. Now, difference between the soaps and synthetic bars. Generally, soaps are extremely effective in cleaning process. They can strip away everything, or they can wash out everything, like your skin, natural oils. Soaps are known to be harsh, and its use can be damage your skin layers. As well as soap bars are also have the highest pH range, like from 9 to 10. And because of that, they are more alkaline comparison to the our skin pH. So that's why they can give the harmful effect on the skin. But with compared to the soaps, synthetic bars are having the lower pH. They are having the lower chances of damaging to your skin. The pH of the synthetic bar, it ranges from 5.5, and they are very much suitable for our skin. And they are having the very less harsh stripping effects on our body. So this was about the your standard bars.